We are getting ever closer to the holiday season. That means that scammers unfortunately have a lot more opportunities to exploit people. Here to help us identify some of those holiday shopping scams and protect ourselves from them is Eric O'Neill. He's a cybersecurity expert and a former FBI operative. He also wrote a new book called Spies, Lies, and Cybercrime: Cybersecurity Tactics to Outsmart Hackers and Disarm Scammers. Eric, welcome to our show and thanks for being with us.
Well, thanks for having me.
It seems like you're the best person to talk to about this today. So why are there so many cyber attacks right now, and what would you say is really driving those?
The biggest reason is because there are so many cyber criminals. Cybercrime right now is the fastest growing business on earth. The dark web, which is where cyber criminals can hide behind anonymous servers and launch attacks and steal our money and put it in their pockets, has been growing astronomically. Cybercrime business is very good for the bad guys. Right now, the cost of cybercrime moving through the dark web is $14 trillion, and a lot of people want to share that prize.
That is a huge amount of money, unfortunately, stolen from people. So what are some of the most common ways that cyber criminals are using to try to hack people, especially over the holidays?
Exactly. And over the holidays, Will, is when we have to be the most careful because it's the best quarter for cyber criminals in their year. They start in October around Halloween and they move all the way through New Year's and taking advantage of all of the different holidays in between. And then, of course, they keep going through Valentine's Day in February. So what do we have to look for? They're using different tactics to deceive us. And that's why I say that if we want to stop them, we need to think like spies. We need to think like the attackers. And what they want to do is create a sense of urgency, create some sort of benefit that we feel like if we don't take advantage of, we're going to be missing out. And they don't want you to think. That's the most important thing. They might say, for example, here is the perfect present. As you're scrolling through social media, you stop on this great ad, the perfect present that you desperately want to buy. It's now 70% off, but it's only available for the next hour. Click here immediately to take advantage of this. They don't want you to spend the time to look at it and think, maybe this is something that's too good to be true. So what they're using is deception to fool us into trusting something we know we shouldn't.
Yeah, that too good to be true part really sticks out. But in your book, you also wrote that there are no hackers, only spies. You spoke about that just a few minutes ago, but talk to us about what you mean by that exactly.
Certainly. So what I want to explain by that is for my readers and everyone to elevate their thinking, not to think of our attackers, our cyber criminals, of some kid in a basement typing away at a keyboard. Cyber attackers and cyber criminals today are sophisticated. They have the anonymity of the dark web to launch attacks from. They're large and they're using the best tactics from espionage. In fact, some of the cybercrime gangs have hired intelligence officers from foreign intelligence services to help teach them how to launch these very deceptive attacks. So if we want to stop cybercrime, we have to stop thinking about just one kid attacking us, but think of large organizations coming after us, groups of individuals who are doing reconnaissance and launching attacks that deceive us into clicking or opening attachments we shouldn't. We need to be spy hunters.
And let's talk finally about prevention from all of this. What are some of the most simple ways that people can do to protect themselves and their information and their finances?
Absolutely. There are a few things that you must do, and these include the internet hygiene things. Be careful where you are on the internet. Be extremely wary when you're on social media. That is a proving ground and a fertile ground for cyber attacks. Turn on your multi-factor authentication everywhere. I can't say that enough. I know people hear it all the time, but it turns out most people do not turn that second level of protection after your password, like the text that comes to your phone. Use credit cards. When you are buying during the holiday season, use your credit card. They give you fraud protection. If you're using your debit card and the attacker steals your debit card number and your information, which is what they're trying to get, they can clean out your bank account and you may not get that back. And never send a wire or another payment that you can't recover if you're defrauded. But most importantly, as you're doing all of these things and you're thinking, develop what I call in my book a cop instinct. If it doesn't feel right, if there's all this pressure to do something, stop. Don't give in to the pressure to click on links and open attachments and send your money places you may never be able to recover it from. Stop and think and look for the scam.
Those are all great things for people to keep in mind. So Eric O'Neill, thanks again for joining us here this afternoon. We so appreciate it.
Well, it was great to be with you.